Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today I'll be reading from my book, A Patriot's Journey, Forging Hope. This is volume 1. Today we're going to be taking a special little trip on self-discovery. Now, for many of us, figuring out who we are and what we're doing and where we've been and how we're going to get there and is a very scary thing. Because one of the biggest things that people with PTSD have is basically it was the fear of the unknown, because it was the unknown that caused that traumatic experience. It was that um, all of a sudden nothing's going on and boom, there you are engaged. Um, so because of that, most people with PTSD like to be planners. If not, they like to be over planners actually, and to plan for everything and anything. And that way, if something happens, then they always have a contingency plan for it all. Well, the problem with that is this is life. You can't plan for everything. Things happen, just like you can't plan on somebody pulling out in front of you and you accidentally hitting them, or you can't plan on a certain death in the family, or you can't plan. There's just so much stuff you can't plan on, and um, and nor should you. Um, you should be able to just take things as they come and go with them. But so with this self discovery, I wrote a couple poems. The first poem is called "Sailing Nowhere." What I thought was right is now proven wrong. This is basically the storyline to every country song. Things are going great until you stay in a good mood. Now something happens and they mess up your food. It might be an overreaction, but things get out of hand. You can't contain your anger, and nothing is going as planned. You run on deck to survey the scene of this giant boat. You're looking for anything that could help keep you afloat. You are just trying to buy a little extra time. Whereas the life raft, because that would be sublime. The boat is taking on water from all over the place. No one's there to help bail, but you start at a slow pace. You want to give up because you realize your fate. The sharks are circling. They'll patiently wait. Death isn't in the cards. Now you're picking up your pace. You remember you're a fighter and start punching sharks in the face. Life is about learning the lessons no matter how they are taught. That's why you pray to God for Him to show you the way out. Sometimes you want to find peace in the worst of the storm. Just remember, don't ever let your trouble be that norm. So Sailing Nowhere is all about self-discovery. It's learning that just like you can't plan on that waitress messing up your food, what you can do is react in a normal way and as a decent human being and just say, hey, I'm sorry, but I did not order that, or uh, excuse me, miss, I didn't have this or that, or the other thing. You don't have to explode on her and act like it's World War III and they just try to kill your baby and you're flipping over tables, and you don't have to get out of control. You can contain yourself, but a lot of times you can't do that, which is hard for a lot of people, because your first thing is just anger and rage, and then you think, oh, she's doing it on purpose. Um, why is this happening to me? And you're trying to internalize other people's actions, thinking that it's personal. And people are not doing things personally against you. It's just, hey, man, maybe they're having a bad day too. Do you ever think of that? But you don't. When you're in the moment, you never do. You're only thinking of yourself, and that makes life even more difficult. Because when you start overreacting, you start becoming an embarrassment. When you start becoming an embarrassment, the people that you're with are now starting to walk away. And that's what I mean by you're getting yourself you're starting to take on water. Is, this boat's now sinking, and you're looking around going, oh crap, somebody help me. But now everybody walked out because you're just acting stupid in a public place when it's not needed. So now you're remembering, okay, hey, there's still a way out. You can still become a decent human being. You could just apologize to the waitress, and maybe tell her you're having a bad day and you didn't mean to come down on her like that. Maybe leave her a bigger tip. There's ways of helping out the situation a little bit. Um, but at the end of the day, if you don't do anything to try to correct your behaviors, eventually you're going to start thinking they're the norm. And acting inappropriately in places is not the norm. Acting like a fool is not the norm in any situation. You should be able to have self control. No matter what somebody else does, you cannot control how somebody else acts. The only thing you can control is how you react to it. And, these are hard lessons that I'm learning. That's taking a very long time. I'm not the quickest person out there, so I learn things the hard, difficult way over time of just realizing how stupid I'm being, and then I internalize it, and then I get down on myself for doing those stupid things, and then I get depressed because I allowed myself to do those stupid things, and then it just causes another cycle of emotion, and it causes more problems for me in the long run. Which if I would have just took care of it right then and there, then that would have been alleviated right then and there. It wouldn't have been something I would have had to drag on with me for another, say, 3 to 6 months, and then write a poem about it because I couldn't deal with it then. You know, um, so you just can't get discouraged. You know, yeah, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna get depressed, and you're gonna feel like you're all alone, and you're gonna just wonder what you could do to just get out of the situation you're in. When really all you have to do is just take a deep breath, control how you react to situations, maybe give out some apologies, and ask for help. And those simple little things will help set you on the course of doing better. But you have to establish a new track. You just can't be, like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, you don't want to be insane, do you? So you fix it. You got to try something small. I'm not asking you to try something major. I'm just something tiny, something small, because a little ripple in a puddle all of a sudden becomes a wave in an ocean. Okay, so ironically, the next poem is called Changes. So, what is wrong with me and why does it show? Why can't I seem to let things go? I thought love was supposed to conquer all. I'm in a never ending story to a complete free fall. What I used to love is now replaced with hate. I'm trying to change my ways before it grows too late. When my workday is over and I walk through my door, I am greeted by dark energy like never felt before. My home used to be such a happy place, but now filled with emotional turmoil and feelings of disgrace. I was supposed to be the leader to guide them through. Now I'm sitting down with a loaded gun, not sure what to do. Should I leave a trail of bodies or try something new? All I know was leave happy, peaceful life. Instead, my wife became a veritable punching bag and lots of strife. She takes these beatings like a champ because round and round she goes. We go, we go. She tries to be tough for the kids. How long can she last? She doesn't know. I'm a failure for treating them like that in the past. I need to learn to go straight. I have nothing to offer to anyone but venom, and I know it's too late. You, when you are used to coming home every single day and being greeted by, say, your kids running you, excited and happy, and you know your family wanting to be with you, and everybody's just happy that you're home. Maybe you're gonna go four wheeling, or you're gonna do some other family activity because that was your family norm. and then all of a sudden, this guy that walks through the door is just angry constantly. It's you went to go give him a hug, and he kind of just gives you a quick hug, and kind of pushes his way through the door, like, "Hey, get out of my way," type thing. And now you can't figure out what you're doing wrong when really it's not your family that's caused the problems. It's you. Um, you decided to take on everything by yourself when, for one, you didn't know what you were doing or what you were getting into or what was even happening. You just decided, oh, I guess I could do this because, PTSD is weakness and I'm not weak. And I like to think I'm a pretty smart individual, so I should be able to handle this and take care of this on my own. Maybe read a book or two on what to do. But instead, what do? You turn your family into basically verbal punching bags, and so you're setting a tone now of what your family thinks that they should be treated like. So now, no longer are you enjoyable to be around. Nobody wants to be around you. Heck, I don't even want to be around me. Um, and which is a very hard thing to, not only talk about, but to tell other people. Because people look at things from the outside and they just see what they want to see. It's oh, their life's so perfect, or what they read on Facebook and all that crap. It's just smoke and mirrors. People struggle all the time, and one thing that I'm trying to do is show people that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to fall. You know what? And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you at the end of the day. As long as the people that you love you, and everybody's doing okay, and you're no longer making your life miserable and their life miserable, and everybody's now getting happier, and you guys are progressing like the way you're supposed to be as a family, and you're going back to that family environment, then that's your desired result. That's the way it should be. And I didn't have that for a very, very long time. Instead, I would just want to just be by myself or lose myself in TV shows or movies or, um, whatever else I was doing that day. And I would still try to be a part of the family by taking walks and go and get ice cream every once in a while, you know. But people can, like, your family can feel the emptiness, no matter what you think. Like, you're like, oh, I'll just hide it from them and they'll never know. No, they can. Your family's not stupid. Your family knows you. They know when you're hiding something. They know when you're struggling. The only reason they don't say anything is just out of respect for you, and they're just gonna wait for you to come to them because they're hoping one day that you're gonna say, "Hey, can you help me?" And then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, let's do it together," because people are stronger together. And and it took me a very, very long time because I didn't want to admit to having problems. And but now, hey, I'm an open book. I'm writing books. Um, I'm talking to people about issues. Um, am I proud of the things I didn't know? It's shameful. But guess what? The only way to learn is to admit it. And the only way to help other people is if you could talk with them about it, and maybe you could catch them before they're making the same mistakes you made. And if that can happen, then hey, man, totally don't mind people knowing about my life and the struggles I've had, because life is a struggle. It's not supposed to be perfect, and nor will it ever. But I got faith in God's going to keep helping me, and my family's going to help me, and we're just going to keep pressing forward and continue getting better. If anybody has any questions, you can contact me at Forge and Help Poetry. And this is the last video for the week, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Bye.